How about making a rich, creamy gravy, adding some vegetables to it, some beef, and then using it to smother a bed of noodles? If you're looking for a hearty comfort food gravy, one that'll fill you up and make you happy, well, this gravy's for you. Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, and we're going to dive into a comfort food gravy. Yes, a beef stroganoff gravy. Buckle up, let's go. Before we hit that gravy, let's start off with the prep work. Grab one medium white onion, that's about 200 grams, and dice it up. For the meat, some people like to use fillets, some like to use New York strips. I'm using top sirloin, 1.5 pounds, cut against the grain. Now grab a saute pan, put it over medium to medium-high heat, add 1 tablespoon or about 15 milliliters of olive oil. Grab the diced white onions, put them into the saute pan, take that flat-bottom spatula, mix them up, make sure that they're well coated with the olive oil. Next, we're going to add to the saute pan the mushrooms. Mushrooms of your choice. I'm using button mushrooms, 8 ounces or 226 grams. Throw them on in, give them a little bit of a mix. We're going to saute these guys until they're nice and tender. It'll take about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the heat of the burner, to get those vegetables to where they need to be. But once they're done, they're nice and tender, you can take them out and put them into a bowl to get them ready for later. So now it's time to saute the beef. Use the same saute pan that you cooked the onions and the mushrooms in. Don't clean it out. All of that debris, that fond on the bottom, that's flavor. Add 2 tablespoons of butter. You might even want to put a little bit of olive oil in. Make sure that you have enough oil in the pan to saute the meat. If you don't, it could burn the bottom of the pan. I'm going to dust the beef with a little bit of flour. Now this is optional, but I find that it helps to make that beef stroganoff sauce, that gravy, a little bit thicker. Saute the beef in batches. This will keep the pan nice and hot so that you can saute that beef. To keep the meat nice and tender, it's a good idea just to saute it for roughly a minute. You don't want to cook it all the way through. You're just giving it a little bit of a color and starting that cooking process. But after you're done with the batch, you can put it in with the onions and mushrooms. Once you've finished the last batch of beef, you can return the beef that you cooked previously along with the onions and mushrooms back into the saute pan. So now it's time to add our liquids. We're going to put in 3 cups or 750 milliliters of beef stock. Go ahead and pour it on in. The burner, it's over medium to medium-high heat. Grab that flat bottom spatula, start scraping the bottom, the sides of the pan. Try to scrape all of that residue from all of the vegetables, from the meat, from the flour. Try to scrape it, get it into that sauce. It'll only add tons of flavor and help with the thickness of the sauce. Bring the sauce to a nice simmer and let it reduce down for roughly about 10 to 15 minutes or until the sauce starts to become nice and thick. Once it becomes thick, grab a ladle. We're going to spoon in a little bit of the sauce into 1 cup or 245 grams of sour cream. Grab a spoon, mix it together, and the point of doing this is to temper that sour cream. If you got that sour cream and just plopped it right on into that saute pan with the gravy, chances are it would probably start to lump and curdle up. And you don't want to do that. That would ruin your beef stroganoff gravy. And you might have to put a couple ladles of the sauce into the sour cream, but mix it up. But once it becomes nice and smooth, pour it on into the gravy. Grab a spoon and give it a little bit of a stir until everything is well combined. The burner, it's over about medium heat. We're going to bring this to a nice simmer. That'll take roughly about 5 minutes, and once it starts to simmer, then we can turn it off. But in the meantime, we can start to add some additional flavor. First, we'll add a little bit of Dijon mustard to give it a little bit of earthiness, a tiny bit of spice. 1 tablespoon or about 20 grams, put it on in. And you know, you can't go wrong with a beef stroganoff. It's such a hearty comfort food classic. You could even make this gravy ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator overnight, take it out the next day, let it come to room temperature, warm it up, and then dive in. Add 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of Worcestershire, and a little bit of pepper and a dash of salt to taste. So that's it for all of the additional flavors. We're still trying to bring this to a simmer over medium heat. Give it everything a mix, make sure it's well incorporated. So it's almost been 5 minutes since we put in the sour cream, and you don't want to bring this to a boil. You want to bring this just to a simmer, and once it starts to simmer and it starts to bubble around the edges or in the middle, then you're ready to put in the final ingredient, egg noodles. I previously cooked 6 cups or 350 grams of dry egg noodles, put a little butter on them, and then they're ready to be put on in. Give it a little bit of a mix, and then you're ready to go. You can either eat it on the spot, or you can put it in the fridge, let it sit overnight, marry those flavors, bring it out the next day, warm it up, and dive on in. Thanks for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and to remember as always, to live, love, and make gravy.